Acidic, salty, and sweet flavors mixed with a wonderful fatty texture are a perfect combination. Balsamic vinegars and olive oils are that blend. Temecula Olive Oil Company is known for premium oils. They're also known for creating unique balsamic vinegars that complement their olive oils. All right, so today we are with Tom from Olive View Ranch and Temecula Olive Oil Company, and we're going to do a really awesome expose on something that most people have heard of, but they don't know too much about, which is?
Balsamic and
vinegars.
Right?
Okay, okay. Yeah. So how does it all start?
Well, it all starts in the vineyard. The vines are just starting to bud out right now.
Okay.
But it, just like with making wine, you want to have good grapes to make good vinegar.
Okay.
The varieties we have growing out here are actually Southern Italian varieties. Some red, some white, and in traditional balsamics, you use both.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can use red as well as white. We have some traditional Italian varieties, and then we've also adapted some other ones that we think have some nice flavors, including some Moscatos and things like that, to do some non-traditional flavor profiles for our vinegars.
Sure.
But it's an interesting process, not unlike wine. We're going to go out and we're going to pick the grapes.
Okay.
And bring them in and press them.
Leaving the vineyard, we pass wooden barrels. I wondered, were these red or white balsamic vinegars as we headed to the press? Tom, what do we have here?
So we pick the grapes and we bring them to our basket press. So this is where we squish all the juice out of it. So we'll open the top of this, throw all the grapes into the middle of this. Now in the middle there's a bladder. And this is a really cool process because it's very gentle. So we hook the hose up to the hose bib, turn on the faucet, and that's going to put water into that bladder that's just going to slowly expand and
just press
all the grapes against the side as gently as we want to. We can regulate how the water's going in. Sure. As fast or as slow as we want to. The juice all runs down the sides, and then it pours out right there into our little trough that we then pump into the barrels.
That's simple.
Pretty simple. If we're doing the wine vinegars, we'll usually put it into small tanks and ferment it first. Right. But if we're doing the balsamics, the key to making good balsamic is you want to turn it into vinegar before it turns into wine. Before the yeast can start the fermentation, you want to get the mother involved that has some yeast and some bacteria in it.
So what's this mother all about?
Well, the mother is where it all happens. That's the mother does all the work, right?
Was that the goopy glop that I saw earlier?
Let's take a look at this. We captured a little bit for you. So this is forming all throughout the barrel. It's coating the sides, and then after we put the fresh juice in there, it's actually going to coat the top of it as well. Okay. And what this is a mixture of yeasts and bacterias.
Right. So you're holding right now a 100-year-old mother that you guys purchased from Modena.
Right.
Okay. But that's possibly could have been older than that.
It's been used in that vinegar processing for 100 years.
And they probably got it from somewhere else.
And they got it from somewhere else. So this could have gone back to Roman days for as far as we know.
Right here in Temecula, California.
That's right. And so that means that what you're looking for is the genetics in these yeasts and bacteria. Each one is going to be different depending on where it was brought up. Just like, it's the nurture versus nature kind of thing. And so if it moves to a different environment, that environment's going to act on it. And the heat, the amount of sunlight it's getting, the juices that it's transforming are all going to change it. So it's an evolutionary process. It's a live thing, and that's what makes this really cool. Is it's not just we're not just a factory creating the same, stamping things out and doing the same thing, but it evolves over time, and you get to know things. The way that the grapes were growing that year and the way the juice is tasting, you're going to use it a little bit differently, pick it a little earlier, pick it a little later, treat it with different barrels. And that's one of the things that I'm real excited about, besides the mother, are these barrels.
The barrels.
Traditionally in Modena, where they make the really good balsamics, they have coopers that they make chestnut, they make acacia wood, and the most important one is juniper.
This one.
And this is a juniper barrel.
Okay.
And we found a cooper actually in Croatia that will make these barrels for us. And we just got these shipped to us, so we're real excited that we have these traditional
You can
barrels.
smell it. I mean, this
It's
is
very
the
aromatic.
perfume right here.
Right, and that's really what balsamico means. It means perfumed.
Okay.
And that perfume comes not only from the concentration of the flavors over time, but the barrels that it's in, and especially that juniper barrel, because it's got that perfuminess, and that's what you finish it. And you can also see it's a small barrel,
Right.
so the ratio of wood to juice is very high.
Right.
So it's extracting a lot of that flavor as well. So you get those aromatics with it, and it just makes for just incredible flavors. And we're really excited to get some grapes to put in there.
So this, I mean, I know traditionally in wine barrels you would see a bung, the bung hole. So why this?
And you'd put something in the bung that would make it airtight.
Right.
With vinegars, we're looking for that oxygen to get in there.
Gotcha.
But the other thing that really likes to get into vinegar is flies, fruit flies.
Okay.
It attracts fruit flies like crazy.
That actually even happens in commercial kitchens.
Yeah, and fruit flies appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, where'd they come from?
Yeah, and so what we use this for, we'd like to just leave it open like this for the air to come in, but we'd also get fruit flies all over the place. So we'll take a little bit of cheesecloth, put it on this, and just rest it on there, just so it'll keep the flies out, but air is going to be able to creep in on all the sides and everything, so we get that
Keep
nice
the mom going, right?
the mother definitely needs
air.
The bacteria that is growing in there needs air.
Okay.
If it's cut off from air, then it really changes quite a bit.
Sure.
And you get some really funky flavors. So we want that air in there, and it's also helping to reduce the flavors and get those nice concentrated flavors that we're looking for.
Aromatics. That's cool. So this came from Croatia.
The barrels came from Croatia.
Awesome.
And now that we have a source, we're going to be getting a lot more of these, and we'll have a whole, what they would call a nursery, where they're growing the baby balsamics into adults.
That is cool.
And then once it goes through this barrel, it will go into a tank where it'll settle out, and then we'll bottle it. And sometimes what we'll do is we'll flavor some of these.
Okay. Nurturing the mother as Tom has, in another 100 years, I'm sure she will develop and create more tasty balsamic vinegars.
We also make a white balsamic.
The quote
so
white
we'll take the
balsamic.
white grapes, we press the juice, and that doesn't go into barrels, it goes right into a stainless steel tank.
Okay.
And we don't want a lot of oxygen interaction. We want to keep that freshness and
Kind of the spark.
yeah, and also the sweetness of the juice.
Okay.
And we'll let the mother do its work with a lot less oxygen.